Good day, fellow hunters, and welcome back to part 16, episode 15 of my Monster Hunter World playthrough. It is time to descend into the depths of the Rotten Vale, because we are going to be taking on a brand new beast, which I will not give away what it is, because it's a doozy. It's definitely going to be a doozy. I will do my best to keep a cool head, because we're going to need it in a murkier fluvial base. That is the Rotten Vale. Yeah, damn right we should find a safe place to dock. I do as well. Good photo with Fleet Master. And as you can see, we've set up a new camp. This can be found in Sector 11. Just show you real quick. So it's at the second layer here. You could get it by traveling up northeast here, just above where the you fought the Rataban. Sorry. Anyway, jump down here. We now have access to Area 10. So previously you could not come this way here. It was blocked off. And actually I'm going to need some honey, so might as well take it. Let's descend further to a very beautiful, picturesque area of the Rotten Vale. Oh boy. Someone I'm going to have to protect on my way. Now, try not to be so mean. Until we come up to this. That's right, the pool is acidic, but we eventually find this large object.
I know we've reached the bottom. But what happened to Zora Magdaros? There's no place else for it to go. I think we should split up and look.
Oh snap. This thing doesn't mess around. The Oddogaron, or the Oddogaron. Jeez, how many flash pods did it eat up? Or dung pods did it eat up?
We've got to help her. I hope she's okay.
But that is a beast we have to fight. Very dangerous beast indeed. And you can find the Oddogaron. Let's just take some silver torch real quick. By wandering through here, Area 10. And by the time I can't remember, does she mysteriously disappear? I think she does. Great. So wasting more time. Let's get into this. So the Oddogaron is a fast, ruthless, relentless predator who hits pretty hard, who moves around a lot. Is the apex predator of the Rotten Vale. So you know this thing's going to be tough. Now this thing's biggest weaknesses are ice at 3 and thunder at 2. Attacks don't do, as you can see, big amounts of damage at least. Well, probably safe for a few. But one thing you do absolutely do not want happening to you is to get bled by its claws. Because bleeding, which you might see sometime in the fight if I'm not careful, has very lethal effects on you, so do not get bled by this thing, whatever you do. Its weak points are its head, its tail. There's quite a lot of weaknesses, and in general just its body. As you can see, my Palico has the Legiana Claw, or Legiana Sword. Very handy against this thing. And that is one of its strongest attacks. You do not want to get hit by that thing. This thing is really fast, has a great range of attacks, and look, I mean, look at it. It's just, it's terrifying. It's legitimately scary. It's just what you expect from something from the apex predator of a Rotten Vale. So let's try and get the upper hand here. And it always seems to be when I stun it, I get hit. Ah, I missed its roar there. So as you can see, what I like to do is jump around the map, try to get behind you, like a predator would. And this is one of the examples I sent in the Legiana video that doesn't use any tricks, it's just a out-and-out predator. It's one of the best examples, and that is what I'm talking about. That is the threat. Bleeding. So, whenever you move, and I'm in real danger here. Fuck. That's bad. So this is why I recommend bringing... I need to be very careful here. Sushi fish scale. Sushi fish scale. Because it stops the bleeding. So I would recommend bringing as many as you can. Just go for a spot of fishing. And I definitely bring these. And in fact, I probably would have it on. Probably once I have it on me here. If I didn't have flash pods. Now I'll keep flash pods on for now. But having sushi fish on is not a bad idea. So that is one of the... That, in my opinion, is one of the most deadly things about the Oddogaron. Is its ability to bleed. And I didn't see that sleep tone, and unfortunately I've remained paralysed longer here than the Oddogaron, despite the fact that it's very weak to... I couldn't see that! I mean, what is that? If anything, that's sabotaging more than the actual Oddogaron itself. Just having your view impeded is a real threat. And has a, as you can see, it has a great leap as well. Ah! Circling me just like a predator would. And that was up quick. Okay, that's something at least got to hit off of it. Oh. So, but we're doing okay so far. The Oddogaron hasn't had too many chances to get behind me and deal some damage. It's bled me once, but that's probably as good as you're gonna hope for against this thing. It's very weak to paralysis, so if you have something that... So if you have a Palico that could use a Butterfly Wand, for example, or a Kodachi Fork, that does well against it. That works. Or Shock Traps work pretty well as well. Okay. Now it's ascending into the Rotten Vale, so what we want to do actually is use that so we don't get hit by the effluvial. Whoa! Jeez. That thing could dash. Okay. That did not go so well, so we need to use another slinger pod. As you can see, that dust cloud that disables the flume for a minute. Oh no. Nice. Let's have sushi fish skill there. And that is what you want to avoid. As you can see, that did a lot of damage. And Minda's struggling here, and Minda's out. Out like a light. Or at least should be, anyway. Oh, this is getting bad now. And don't think you're safe from this thing just because you're a fast distance away. It can catch up to you quick. That was too close there. That was actually too close. I need to... Ah, got behind me. That's not good at all. How did I miss that? You think with this thing's massive size, I'd be able to hit? That's what I was looking for. That spirit evade. Ah, try to put off again. Okay, I need a distraction. It's leaving just at the right time. So when you're bleeding, just stay still. You'll be fine. Just as long as you don't move, I'd recommend healing first, just to be sure. Once again, slinger pods or torch pods, they're actually called, very useful because chases away the fluvial. Thank you for not roaring, because that is annoying. That is actually annoying to deal with. So this is a good area to fight it in because it is very open and you won't get stuck up against a wall or your view impeded. Once again, that's why I like to use the longsword here, just a weapon that's very flexible. That's a bit more mobility. So we have two fanged wyverns now join fight the Great Gyros. Just let them fight out for a bit if we can. I'm out of sink pots, unfortunately. Back after me. No, the Great Gyros wants a piece as well. Fantastic. Nice. Get out of here. How did I dodge that? I have no idea how I dodged that. Can't mount it. Mounting this thing would be nice. quickly actually. Let's use a Gilly Mantle if we can. Quickly, because it's going to sniff us out eventually. Oh, had to roll there, didn't it? And that's its roll. Very predator-like. Okay, it's not messing around. It's giving us... It's going to be a lot more zippy and sharp. One thing you could be doing if you're using the longsword is using its... I've pulled it off once or twice. Is using its counterblades to use some more momentum, so you're not just dodge rolling around and fail to string together combos. And yeah, and Rafael's on top of it. Everything seems to be against us at the moment. Great girls, could you please go away? Oh, it has. Alright then. Ouch. I think that's another one of those moments. You know what I'm talking about. That calls for another one of those moments. Perfect. No way did I miss that. I knew I was going to miss that as well. Seriously though, how do you miss this thing? Oh, hang on a minute. Looks as though it might be limping. So it's good to know I was doing something right. That didn't mean to sound like I'm low on confidence. Whew, this thing is mentally... It's really mentally exhausting, if anything. Because it's so... Just so rampant in its attacks, and again, its movement is... Well, its movement is zippy, it likes to get behind you, so it's more of a... So that's what makes the Oddogaron so challenging. It's so mentally exhausting, just the way it moves around, tries to get behind you. You have to stay in front of it. You just have to keep dodging and countering, etc. And of course, it's bleeding, which is also very potent. So it requires a bit of intelligence, a little bit of intelligence to defeat this primal being, this apex predator. It looks like it's this. Look at that. It's learned to sleep with its eyes open as a predator. You can imagine it would. Oh, I didn't see this coming. I was going through my items. For example, how you can pull off that counter move. Oh, how did I avoid that? Wow. Sweeping attack there. This does a lot of damage as well. And unlike the Legiana, where it's actually a pretty decent place to fight it, this is just where the Oddogaron likes to be, in a tight, claustrophobic area, where it just likes to use its physicality to just, you know, get in front of you, impede your view, to trap you just like a predator would. Thankfully, it seems to be preoccupied with its own health. Well, it looks like it just made one big circle, just all the way back to its nest. And there it goes. Phew. Well. To be perfectly honest with you, I didn't expect that to go as well as it did, really. Ooh, Oddogaron plates. The rarest item you could carve from it. 2? 2 plates? I don't know if that's uncommon or not. Wow, okay. Well, Oddogaron plates, as well as any monster plates are worth a lot of Zenny, a lot. Or is it research points? 1 to 2. And useful for crafting materials as well, but wow. So that is the Oddogaron. It is a primal beast if it ever was one. There are very few monsters like this in the game that don't rely on any tricks or magic to just be such a threat.
She'd be with you. I'm going out for another look.
No, you're not.
You're okay. I was scared to death.
All right, easy, easy. I'm just glad that you're not hurt. Thank you. I was planning to hide until it moved on, but, well, you saved me the trouble. Now, that's enough. Now, we had a deal, don't you remember? Did you learn all you could about the Vale? Now tell me everything. What did you feel out there?
I think the Vale is where the monsters come to die. It's their graveyard, and this whole land is a vast ecosystem revolving around it.
Here. Come on. You're right. The Vale is where monsters come to rest. They sense the end and make their way here. Their bodies become nutrients that feed the coral highlands. From death rises new life, which after a cycle returns to the Vale to die again. It's an ecological marvel. One that easily dwarfs any I have ever seen.
Yeah.
But, have you really considered the important question?
What's that?
Who's at the heart of it? What monster could serve as the nutrients for a system this large? What's the mystery behind the Elder Crossing? You know the answer.
They die here.
It's the circle of life.
The Vale is Zora Magdaros's resting place. Or at least it should be. The clues are all here, but Zora is nowhere to be found.
It was drawing in energy, storing it as it moved on. Was it trying to deliver it somewhere?
I don't know. But I know who might. The first Wyverians have lived here much longer than us. Seek them out. Look, it's raining life. only I could live another 300 years. Maybe that would be just long enough to see the end of this changing of the guard. Friends, you go finish this. I want to stay here a while longer. See what death has to give and life has to bring.
All very potent and meaningful indeed. So, not bad for completion time. Let's just take all of it. The Oddogaron is a handful for sure. Oh, I should have used the voucher there. But if you're mentally sharp, you're prepared to do a lot of dodging / countering or blocking if you're using a more guardian weapon or defensive weapon. Guardian, honestly. Then you shouldn't have too many problems with it.
Good to see you.
Always have Sushi Fish scale on you. Try not to move around as much. And it has plenty of weaknesses, the Oddogaron, so if you're persistent and sharp, you should be able to beat it.
You can do this.
The first Wyverians might be able to tell us where Zora Magdaros is.
And so, that's going to be it for this episode. Let me find a similar spot to where I started to leave off. So, I'll be right back. Right here. So, that is going to be it for this hunt. So, thank you very much for watching, fellow hunters. In the next part, I'll be going over a few new changes to Astera since this expedition, or story quest rather. And I will see you all again very soon in the next hunt. Farewell.